Oh, that's the finished look, guys. Hey YouTube, it's your home girl Linamar, and as you guys can tell from this video and the title, this is a chatty everyday makeup routine. Little bit of a lie, don't really wear makeup every day, try to avoid it if I can, but when I feel like feeling a little bit fancy, this is what I might do to my face recently. Hope you guys enjoy it. So I've already prepped my skin. I went ahead and used the Saturday Skin Daily Dew Hydrating Essence Mist. First time using this stuff and quite like it so far, but need to try it out a bit more. Then I went ahead and used my trusty Hylamide Sub-Q Eye Serum. Can't live without this stuff. And then I used the Niod RE or RE Pigment. And lastly, my moisturiser. Today I went for the Saturday Skin Featherwight Daily Moisturising Cream. I'm going to go ahead and prime, but before I do that, because I now have a fringe, I'm going to pop on this very attractive hairband and just get that out the way. We'll just try and ignore this for the time being. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I've recently been using this YSL Touche Éclat primer. They're sort of like colour correctors and they come in blue, pink and orange. I'm going to go ahead and use the orange one. It comes out like a cream. I'm going to pop that on like a moisturiser all over. And it doesn't give too much of a colour, which I like. Hopefully it will help with the colour correcting, because I do have some dark circles. And it feels really soft and smooth on the skin. It does have some glitter in it. It's not very noticeable, especially once you put your foundation on, but I guess it helps with the glow. Then I'm gonna go and prep my lips with the Niod Lip Biolipid Concentrate. It's like a cushiony oil. I can't quite explain it. It's like a gel type texture. Goes on like an oil. Really nice. It feels really nice anyway. So for foundation, I'm going to go ahead and use this new YSL Touche Éclat all-in-one glow foundation. I have this in the shade BD50. It is a tiny bit too dark for me, but the undertones sort of work with my skin tone, so I'm going to try and make it work. Now I've tried using this foundation with a beauty blender and also a brush, and both work absolutely fine, but I prefer using it with my fingers. So I'm just taking, I took 2 pumps on the back of my hand, which is probably a bit too much, and I'm going to start on the center of my face. I really like this foundation. The first time I tried it, I was really surprised at the finish and just how much I liked the look of it. It does wear throughout the day. Like, I did find that it settled into some line. I didn't really realize I had sort of laughter lines, but this foundation throughout the day did highlight that a little bit. Saying that, I just really like the finish and how it makes my skin look, so I can kind of deal with it. But if that's an issue for you, then maybe not the foundation for you. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on another very thin layer. It doesn't really need it, but I took a bit too much, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It's quite a nice buildable foundation. So I usually like to let the foundation sink in before I move on to concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. So I'm taking my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I've recently tried the IT Cosmetics brow. I don't know what the actual pencil is called, but it comes in like a universal taupe. So blondes can use it, even people like me with dark hair, black hair can use it, and I really liked it, but I used it all up, so I've back to this. This is still really nice, but the colour of the IT one is just a really nice ashy kind of grey. Now with my brows, I'm liking them quite fluffy and natural looking, so I'm not doing too much. I'm just filling in the gaps a little bit on the top. And then when I brush them, I'm going to brush them upwards so that they look a little bit more bushy. I can go a little bit silent, by the way. Oh, I did actually want to talk about a foundation. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and I keep seeing the NARS Radiant Longwear, I don't know what it's called, but the new foundation that they've got out. So I watched loads of tutorials and I got really excited and I was like, oh, I want to try it. Went ahead and purchased it. So I tried the Sheer Glow before, picked up the same colour, which is Barcelona. I don't know if my skin has changed or if the two different finishes, like if the shades are slightly different in both of them, but it is too dark for me. Saying that, I have it here by the way, I absolutely hate it. I don't see the radiance part at all. Now don't get me wrong, I think if you've got oily skin it might be really, really nice, but for my skin type, oh, this finish was absolutely horrible. I really, really didn't like it. I tried it a few times. I tried applying it with a brush, with my fingers, and at first I liked it, and from far away it looks lovely, but up close it just really brings out like the texture in my skin. That just, no. I really, really didn't get on with that. Let me know your thoughts though, if anyone's tried it and didn't like it, because so far I haven't seen a bad review, but this is just my opinion. And I do have sort of dry skin, and even though it says radiant, I found the finish a little bit more on the matte side, or like a semi-matte side. I prefer something a bit more dewy and water-based. Is that, yeah, water-based. Now I don't really normally use a concealer because, one, I can never find a shade that really works. Two, I wear glasses and sometimes there's a bit of a build-up from your glasses sitting on your face, and you can't really see it once I put my glasses on, so I kind of do without. But I recently repurchased the Maybelline Eraser Concealer, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to use it on a damp beauty blender. Well, I'm going to blend it out with a damp beauty blender. And I just took a bit of the Too Faced spray on that. I would just use water, but I just have it here, so a bit wasteful though. Just try and use water if you can. I'm just taking a little bit. Now it might look like I'm putting on a lot. Well, I don't know if it is, but this concealer is really like light, but it still looks quite flawless. And I'm not really highlighting with this. I don't really like that look on me sometimes. I don't know. I just like a bit more of a natural look, so. That's in the shade Nude. I wish they had more shades available. I've always said that about that concealer. It's really nice, but shade range is a bit pants. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bronzer, and my favorite bronzer that I've used for many years. This is my second one. It's the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I love this, the Bronze Universelle. I don't really contour. I used to. I think I used to watch too many tutorials and thought, oh, I need to do it. And I realized it just didn't suit my face. My face is quite small anyway, and it just, yeah, it looked a bit too heavy with the rest of my makeup. So I'm just kind of like a slight contour, but more like a bronzer, just to give my face a bit of color. So I'm going to take it a little bit onto my cheeks. And this brush is by Hakuhodo, if anyone's wondering. By the way, I bought a new camera. I don't know if you guys have noticed. What do you guys make of the video quality? Let me know in the comments. I still have my old one, so I won't sell it just yet. Oh, I get a really bad Sula, sweaty upper lip area, so if you see me doing this, I'm wiping the sweat away. So pretty, this bronzer. I absolutely love it. I need to get more. The only thing is, it gets really gunky. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like, I hope you can't, there's like brush hairs and stuff in there. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if I said it's a cream bronzer. And then just with the same beauty blender, I'm just going to make sure that the edges are all blended out and that there's no harsh lines. I'm not actually going to do anything on my eyes. Sometimes I do a winged liner. Most days I kind of leave it bare, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Also, I don't wear mascara because of these. If you're a glasses wearer, you know what I mean. Okay, now powder. This is normally something I avoid. If you've got dry skin, You know what I mean? But this one by Beauty Pie, this is their Perfecting Powder, One Powder Wonder. This stuff is amazing. First off, it feels like it's polystyrene, like it's not real, but there is product there. It's so light and really, really fine, and it has kind of a shimmer in it, but it's not very obvious, so it still gives your skin that glow and it doesn't look too matte. I'm gonna just place it where I concealed, and that's it. Nowhere else. Oh, maybe on my sweaty upper lip. Although, that never works for me. Setting sort of oily areas or sweaty areas. Maybe I'm not using the right products there. It's gonna take a bit on my eyelids because I can see my foundation creasing a little bit there. And I'm sorry if the light keeps changing. I am using natural light, but it's England. The weather's really unpredictable, so sorry. Next, I'm gonna go in with a highlighter. Again, this isn't something I do for every day, but why not? Why not? I'm using this one by Chanel. It's the Soleil Tan de Chanel, and it comes like this. It's absolutely massive, and it's like a liquid. And I'm just going to take a little bit on a beauty blender. Start with my brows. By the way, this is really, really natural looking. You can build it up and then layer it with the powder, but if you want your your skin to just look really glowy, this product is amazing. By the way, I've had this for absolutely ages. It's probably not safe to use it still, but it just lasts for so long. This thing is absolutely huge. Woo. Now when I highlight, like I see some of these YouTubers do, it looks gorgeous in pictures, stunning, it looks biblical, but in reality, I don't know. Is it just me? Does anyone else like follow these tutorials, do the whole baking thing, put as much concealer and foundation as you see them doing, and no. It's like they have no texture on their skin. And when I do it, it looks like a hot mess. A hot mess. So I've just decided to keep things simple and stop following trends and just listen to my skin and do what works for me. So yeah, I hope it's coming across on camera. I am gonna go ahead and use a blush. I'm gonna use a liquid one. This is by Glossier. This is in the shade Dusk. I'm gonna take this on a MAC brush. This is the 165, I think. I think it was limited edition, but I'm not sure. It might be permanent now. I like to take off a lot of the excess on the back of my hand and then work it onto my skin. I'm just gonna put a little bit onto the apples. All of these products I'm using are really nice with the fingers, apart from the powder. So nice to take on holiday. You don't have to carry like extra brushes with you. I definitely want to try more shades in this gloss paint. I'm gonna take a little bit on my forehead just to connect it all. And it's quite a natural kind of browny shade. And again, back in with the Beauty Blender just to make sure everything is blended. Ooh, there is one thing I do. So I have a really small mole there, and I just like to emphasize it a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with my NYX brow pencil. And then just there. Very tiny. Don't even know if you can see it. One last step just to tie everything all in together. I'm gonna take a powder bronzer. This one's by Too Faced. It's the light medium matte one on a big brush like so. This one's by Primark. And lastly for my lips, so I'm gonna keep it quite natural and I'm going to sheer it out. This is by Armani. It's their Lip Magnet, and this is in the shade 504. I'm gonna take off most of the excess and pop that in the center. I'm I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of this orange. Now this looks really bright, but again, if I'm just taking off the excess, and because my lips are really, really pigmented, if you have really dark lips like mine and you want to cancel out some of that darkness, oranges or corals work really well. Really rubbing that in. So it's almost like a stain. I'm just going to pop on a little bit of lip balm on top of that. This is the Glossier Birthday Balm Dotcom. It's in the Universal Skin Salve, so it's clear and it's got a tiny bit of glitter in it. Again, not noticeable. And I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and set everything with this. Haven't set my makeup with this before, so hope it goes well. And then I'll go and fix my fringe and be right back. Ooh. Just leave it like that. Ooh, that's the finished look, guys. And that's the finished look with my hair done. Just really nice, natural, glowy makeup. Really liking this YSL foundation. If you like a dewy finish, a natural looking skin, this is going to be the one for you. Can't get enough of this. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more. Peace.